Everyone, welcome back to our channel InfoBuddy. Today in this session we are going to discuss about daily current affairs MCQs of 16th July 2020. First of all, a small request from my side. Guys, if you like this video, please like, share, comment and don't forget to subscribe. Coming to the first question of the day, who developed a low-cost COVID-19 test kit? Corosure. Options: IIT Kanpur, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Delhi and IIT Mumbai. On 15th July 2020, the Union Minister of MHRD, Ramesh Nishank, launched the world's most affordable RT-PCR based COVID-19 diagnostic kit, Corosure, and this kit is developed by IIT Delhi. Both ICMR and Drug Controller General of India DCGI has approved this Corosure kit, and ICMR has approved the kit with the highest score than the other, and DCGI has approved the kit with highest sensitivity. Currently, the testing capacity of India is only 3 lakhs per day, but with this kit, Corosure, the testing capacity goes up to 20 lakhs per day. Around 10 companies have been given license to manufacture this kit, Corosure, and the technology of preparing this kit is to be transferred to the companies from IIT Delhi. Next question. Vallarpadam terminal is located in Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. Recently, the Minister of Shipping reviewed the development of the country's first transshipment hub, Kochi International Container Transshipment Terminal, simply ICTT, Transshipment Hub. So, country's first transshipment hub, that is Kochi International Container Transshipment Terminal ICTT. This locally known as Vallarpadam Terminal. So Vallarpadam Terminal is located in Kochi of Kerala. So Kerala is the answer. So what is this International Container Transshipment Terminal ICTT? It is locally known as Vallarpadam Terminal. It is a part of Cochin Port in Kochi, Kerala. It is located in Vallarpadam Island. Vallarpadam Island. This is the Vallarpadam Terminal. It is the terminal located in Kochi, Kerala and Vallarpadam Island. It was built with an investment of about 3,200 crores shared by government and Dubai government owned entity. It was opened in February 2011. So it is proposed to be a leading transshipment hub of South Asia. So what is this transshipment hub? It is a terminal at a port which handles containers, stores them temporarily and transfers them to other ships for the onward destination. It is basically acts as switching point of cargo carried by deep sea vessels operating on transcontinental trade routes. This is about Vallarpadam Terminal. So Vallarpadam Terminal is known as Kochi International Container Transshipment Terminal ICTT. It is locally known as Vallarpadam Terminal. It is a part of Cochin Port in Kerala and it is located at Vallarpadam Island. This is the island Vallarpadam. So it was built an investment of about 3,200 crores shared by the government and the Dubai government owned entity, that is Dubai Ports World. It was opened in February 2011 and it can handle cargoes up to 1 million TEUs, that is 20 foot equivalent units. It is proposed to be a leading transshipment hub. What is a transshipment hub? It is a terminal at a port, handles containers, stores them temporarily and transfer them to other ships for the onward destination. It is basically acts as switching point for cargo carried by deep sea vessels operating on a transcontinental trade route. Next question. Spike LR was developed and manufactured in which of the following countries? India, Israel, Russia, China. Spike LR is a fourth generation anti-tank missiles. Fourth generation anti-tank missiles developed and manufactured by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems of Israel. So Spike LR is developed and manufactured by Rafael Advanced Defense System of Israel. So option B is the correct answer. So Spike LR is a fourth generation anti-tank missiles. It is a portable anti-armor weapon system with a range up to 4 kilometers, which can be operated in fire and forget mode. It can work in non-line of sight, that means NLOS mode, allowing the gunner to operate from a covered position. So Spike LR developed and manufactured by Rafael Advanced Defense System of Israel. Next question. Indian Railways targets to become green railways by 2024, 2030, 2027 and 2032. The Ministry of Railways took a number of major initiatives towards mitigation of global warming and combating climate changes. It has a goal to transform Indian Railways into green railways by 2030. So option B is the correct answer. What are the steps taken to achieve this target? Electrification of the railways and improving the energy efficiency of locomotives, trains and fixed installations, acquiring green certification for stations, fitting bio toilets in coaches and switching to renewable sources of energy. Indian Railways has a fixed electrification target of 7,000 RKM for the year 2020 to 2021. It has been planned that all routes of the broad gauge network will be electrified by December 2023. So all routes must be in broad gauge network with electrification by December 2023. Indian Railways is working wind energy plants in next 2 years in Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Rajasthan and Karnataka. So this Indian Railways targets to become green railway by 2030. So the answer is B, 2030. Next question. Who will virtually address at the valedictory session of high-level segment of United Nations Economic and Social Council UNECOSOC on July 17th? Option A, Narendra Modi, B. Amit Shah, Piyush Goyal and D. Rajnath Singh. On the occasion of UN's 75th anniversary, PM Narendra Modi virtually addressed in Economic and Social Council on Friday, that is July 17th. This will be the Prime Minister Modi's first speech at the United Nations after India reinstated its place as a non-permanent member in the Security Council UNSC. Next question. Which among the following companies have announced 33,737 crore rupees investment in Reliance Jio? Option A, Facebook, Google, Microsoft and Apple. In company's 43rd annual general meeting, Reliance Industries chairman Mukesh Ambani reveals this. Google can buy a stake of 7.7% equity in Reliance Industries. What is Google deal about? Jio and Google will together make a new affordable 4G smartphone with India-specific Android-based operating system. Facebook already invested in Reliance Jio. Next question. Which country has banned its telecom companies from sourcing 5G equipment from Hawaii? France, USA, United Kingdom, India. United Kingdom banned its companies from sourcing 5G equipment from Hawaii. This is a Chinese telecom company. Hawaii is a Chinese telecom company. From the end of this year, telecom providers must not buy any 5G equipment from Hawaii. New guidelines required the British telecom operators to remove all 5G related equipment supplied by this Chinese company from their infrastructure by 2027. So United Kingdom banned its telecom companies from sourcing 5G equipment. Next, Kaji 106F refers to butterfly, lion, tiger, gorilla. Kaji 106F described as the country's only golden tiger. So this is the picture of the golden tiger. This picture tweeted by a IAF officer. So this Kaji 106, the tigress resides in World Heritage Kaziranga National Park. Kaziranga National Park is located in Assam. This tiger is also known as a tabby tiger and strawberry tiger. Next question. Who has been appointed as ambassador of India to Turkmenistan? Vidhu P. Nair, Rudrendra Tandon, CB George, Vikram Doraiswamy. Vidhu P. Nair has been appointed as Ambassador of India to Turkmenistan. Presently, Vidhu P. Nair is working as Director in the Ministry, has been appointed to Ambassador of India to Turkmenistan. Rudrendra Tandon appointed to Ambassador to Afghanistan, and CB George is appointed as Ambassador of India to the state of Kuwait, and Vikram Doraiswamy appointed as India's High Commissioner to Bangladesh. So Vidhu P. Nair has been appointed as Ambassador of India to Turkmenistan, and Rudrendra Tandon appointed as Ambassador to Afghanistan, and CB George is appointed as Ambassador to Kuwait, and Vikram Doraiswamy is the Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh. Next, who has been appointed as interim BCCI CEO? Rahul Dravid, Hemang Amin, Rahul Johri and Sourav Ganguly. Rahul Dravid, former Indian captain, currently working as Director of Cricket Operations at National Cricket Academy. Hemang Amin, currently working as Chief Operating Officer of Indian Premier League. He has been appointed as Interim CEO of Board of Control for Cricket in India (BCCI). Rahul Johri resignated his job as CEO on July 9. He is working from 2016 as CEO of BCCI. And Sourav Ganguly, former Indian captain, President of BCCI, current President of BCCI. So the answer for this question is Hemang Amin is the interim CEO of BCCI. So guys, once again a quick review of all these questions. Who developed a low-cost COVID-19 test Corosure? IIT Delhi. Polar Padam terminal is located in Kochi of Kerala. Spike LR was developed and manufactured in which of the following countries? Israel. Rafale Advanced Defense System. Israel developed this Spike LR. Indian Railways targets to become green railways by 2030. Who will virtually address at United Nations Economic and Social Council on July 17th? Narendra Modi. Which among the following companies have announced rupees 33,737 crores investment in Reliance Jio? Google, which is equal to 7.7% of equity. Which country has banned its telecom companies from sourcing 5G equipment from Hawaii? Hawaii is a Chinese company, and United Kingdom banned all its telecom companies from sourcing 5G equipment from Hawaii. Kaji 106F refers to tiger. Who has been appointed as Ambassador of India to Turkmenistan? Vidhu P. Nair appointed as India Ambassador to Turkmenistan, and Rudrendra Tandon is Ambassador to Afghanistan, and CB George is Ambassador to Kuwait. What about the Vikram Doraiswamy? He is the Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh. Who has been appointed as interim BCCI CEO? Hemang Amin. He is currently working as Chief Operating Officer of Indian Premier League. Rahul Johri resigned for his CEO job on July 9th. So friends, that's it from this session. Thank you for watching.